I was listening to this dude named Enrique Morones in an interview with Eric Bolin the other day. The dude seriously sounded like a pull-string doll.
I think it's pronounced Morones, though.
You sure? I mean, you sure that the E and the S isn't silent and it's really pronounced moron?
I think with that propaganda.
So I'm listening to Enrique Morones, S, of the Border Angels, keep saying hateful words lead to hateful actions. Well, I guess Victor Ramirez must have had a mouthful of hateful words, because I'd say his alleged actions were pretty freaking hateful. What, are you gonna try to tell us that there isn't a word for hate in Spanish, so it's not possible that Ramirez could have performed such a hateful act because hate is only an English-speaking concept? What leads to hateful actions is when dudes like Enrique empower actual hateful people by not letting us speak against what they are. People like Enrique, a typical Democrat-voting liberal, emboldens people who actually do evil. People like Enrique try to silence people who rightly speak against evildoers. We're not allowed to say illegal aliens. Enrique's a grown man, chronologically anyway, yet thinks when we say illegal aliens, it promotes a negative view by making people think of aliens from outer space. Now, I admit, I've thought that too. When I was like 7, it didn't take me long at all to understand that alien is another way of saying foreigner. He goes on to say that our Constitution says that blacks are 3/5 of a human being, as he, just like a Democrat, uses the blacks to gain sympathy votes for their cause, when Democrats are the cause for the institutionalized plight of the blacks in the first place. Our Constitution doesn't disqualify the personhood of blacks. The Confederate Constitution, drawn up by Democrats, does. And that's the party you vote for, Enrique Morones S. And what's even more sad is that you've got the Afrocentrics butthurting about disproportionate black incarceration rates. What really should be making you angry is how illegals are coming into our country and being let go to commit more crimes in our country again. The Afrocentrics don't complain about the genocidal campaign of the disproportionate amount of children being aborted to control your population, so the Democrats can keep you as a manageable voting stock, and you volunteer to go into the abortion clinic on your own. All it takes is a liberal to encourage the continuing Democrat narrative that your child isn't human. That doesn't ring a bell. So it looks to me that if you can take the steps to go into the abortion clinic, you're probably taking the steps to go to jail too. The black community has the highest crime rate against itself, which would logically conclude that's why there's the highest proportion of blacks in jail. But no, you want to make people believe that all these blacks are just sitting in jail because they stole a bag of Doritos to satisfy their illegally induced munchies. You know that a lot of blacks are incarcerated because of violent crimes, because that's one of your main justifications for abortion. One of the main justifications in the black community to have an abortion is because they don't want their kids to grow up to be criminals and a menace to society due to their environment. You killed the kid before the kid ever even committed a crime, violating the principle of innocent until proven guilty. You know that the people in your community are hoodlums, and they are not being picked on by the cops. You see the proof of the hoodlums around you, and you prove that you know that they are hoodlums because you abort your children because you don't want them to become like them. And like Enrique Morones S., you have the nerve to say that our Constitution disqualifies black personhood, when the one disqualifying personhood is you when you have an abortion, thereby carrying out the Democrat agenda that denied you personhood in the first place. I'm Alfonso Rachel with Zonation, and I get sick of liberals like Enrique trying to sucker us into saying there's no such thing as an illegal human being. If you cross our borders illegally and you are not a citizen of this country, you are an illegal alien. But dig the real hypocrisy of liberals. They say there's no such thing as an illegal human being, but fully support killing preborn kids as if they were illegal and alien. We so-called mean old conservatives don't consider illegal immigrants to be less than human, nor do we consider their crime a capital offense to receive the death penalty over. But you hypocritical liberals are the ones who disqualify the preborn as not human, but alien, and destroy them as if their existence is an illegality. Stole a bag of Doritos